I'm just going to take you a little behind the scenes and tell you what it was like to create this TV show. Here we are inside my house, my crib. I really like the institutional architecture style. Coming to my kitchen now. This is kind of like my, I don't know, I use it as a ballroom, as a cafeteria. I did a lot of renovation. This used to be a barn, but I'm really happy I did it. I think it's a very versatile room now. Sometimes I have photo shoots here, a lot of different things. This show has everything. It has comedy. Then we cut to some comedy. Drama. Then it cut to somebody crying. Action. Then it cut to something blowing up. But it is a show about everything. The way Seinfeld was a show about nothing. And I like that because it's a way of not describing the show, which is really hard to describe.
Voices.
America.
I think the closest thing is it's a half-hour anthology show of comedies. So the formula for making the show is really to take the most outrageous premise that could possibly maybe happen in today's world and then play it out as honestly as could possibly be done and find the comedy.
Blockchain. You're still following what the popular kids are doing. Do you know what would be of interest to me? A butt plug. Just, butt plug? No. Not just a butt plug. A great butt plug.
Daniel Day Kim as the CEO of a company facing his old bully, and he's making this board presentation of the world's greatest butt plug. That to me is a deliciously dramatic way for people to tell their stories and perspectives. Thing like Social Justice Sex Tape, in which a white woke Brooklynite discovers that there is serious police misconduct evidence in the deep background of his sex tape, and it's about the lawyers who need to convince him to actually bring that to trial.
I'm sorry, is that a lower back tattoo? And what does that say? Fat.
It says fate.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks. I wrote that with Josie Duffy Rice, who's this amazing essayist and lawyer. It's a comedy premise for sure, but it's also a really dramatic one that could only happen today. Well, that's the punchline, yeah. I mean, that's funny, but I think the audience should kind of get lost in it too. A really exciting thing for me on this project was to work with this incredible generation of collaborators that include directors and co-writers as well as actors, telling new stories in a new tone about a new time. You want to do it with new talent. Kitao Sakurai, who directed Bad Trip, he is so incredible with comedy, with humanity, and with multiple perspectives. And when I met with him about this episode, he really had a plan for how to intercut, how to play those scenes, not only with the humor, but with the stakes.
And action.
What you see will shock you. It will disgust you. But if you are truly brave enough to look really carefully, you will see something equally upsetting. Injustice.
It's 100% lethal. We can't afford to waste time.
I need a team at Capitol Hill right now. FBI, stand and calmly exit the building.
We've got a full-blown bioweapons attack on our hands.
I have to find who did this.
I just think something's amiss. What if the anthrax killer's one of us?
The Hot Zone Anthrax, Sunday, November 28th at 9 on National Geographic.
There's one episode called The Commenter, in which Lola Kirk plays a woman who has a great life, and a great partner, and a great job, and she gets one anonymous comment on her Instagram that starts to unravel her whole life. And I took this to Gia Tolentino, who's this amazing essayist. She and I wrote this draft and put it in the hands of Lola Kirk and Soko and our incredible director, Daria Zook. Daria had such a grand and specific aesthetic vision for this episode, especially when she started working with her director of photography and her costume designer, and I would show up on set and try to give a note with a line, and she would shoo me away. And I loved it because it just showed that this was in someone else's hands now. What I'm most excited for people to see in the show are moments, individual moments. That's why I wanted to make these compact stories. So whether it's John Bernthal showing up at his job at the National Gun Lobby, everyone on pins and needles about what he's going to do, or Caitlin Deaver triumphantly telling off her high school in her valedictory speech. These are the kinds of things that people talk about and text about and tweet about, but not the things that you see three-dimensional stories about. And what is the difference between social justice and social media justice? What's the difference between a meme and a movie? We are that bridge, hopefully.
a store's overpriced electronics warranty. Upsy offers affordable and reliable warranties for all your electronics and appliances. Visit upsy.com today.
I don't just play someone brainy on TV. I'm an actual neuroscientist, and I love the science behind Nariva Plus. Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva Plus fuels 6 key indicators of brain performance. Or brain performance, yes please. Nariva, think bigger.
Finished. All clean. Well, almost. Don't worry. I cleaned around it.
Introducing the Roomba J7 Plus robot vacuum that can avoid important business like your dogs. iRobot, so you can human.
It's a show that you love, makes you laugh and roll. Woman's Titanic and not roll. Harry Jean double top it up, ranking full. Getting nasty in the danger zone. Don't forget that it's all the tactical potential in the turtle. Their hands don't kiss literally when he's figuratively. Or he'll break your neck. And his hands go dramatic, and Cheryl's blue. And he'll smash, but smash, he'll get a blue. Mary Bond, catch his fun, don't forget Naboo. Watch it all, FXM Ruru.
I am the greatest woman of all time. I'm out here to prove it to those that have seen me work tirelessly. Those are the people that I'm fighting for. I am now the co-owner of the Atlanta Dream, and I'm so excited. I have so much to say. Come on, finish it!
And she delivered.
You don't have to be in a position of power to lead. It's in every single one of us.
You sure about this?
We're the goddamn Roman Empire. I've had a world-class day. Can I just skip to the chase?
Welcome to an exclusive look at the new season of Fargo.
Italians, they're the past. We're the future. They just don't know it yet.
Two crime families from St. Louis, the African Americans versus the Italians. Very different Fargo, but it's going to be pretty good.
It takes place in Kansas City in 1950. It's basically about the history of crime in the Midwest.
So we're both in the gutter together, like it or not.
Tragedy meets comedy at Fargo. It's a pretty amazing cast and more spokes on the wheel than Noah's ever attempted before. But we like to be scared when we make a Fargo.
The central thing that happens is that the gangs trade children. My character, the rabbi, has been traded twice by his father, but there's obviously trouble and quite a lot of horrifying violence.
My name's Josto, and I am the next in line to take over this Italian crime family. 3 years you had me with the Irish. Yeah.
Lloyd is a gangster slash banker slash husband, father, and kind of a civil rights advocate. I mean, if you're a black man in 1950, you kind of had to be all those things.
I'm teaching him how the world works.
And how's that?
It's dog eat dog.
That's how dogs work. It's a family drama. It's the story of two families trying to make it in America, and I think that's going to be pretty captivating.
If you like the setup,
You're going to love the punchline.
Are we good?
You tell me.
Yeah, we're good.